We look at modern football superstars and think they're superhuman, 90 plus ratings, millions of coins, absolute cheats on the virtual path. But EA Sports didn't always worship them. In fact, back in the day, some of these legends were given cards so shockingly bad, it's a miracle they didn't retire on the spot. And today, as part of the Retro Football Look Back, we're looking at 9 first ever cards that proved EA Scouts weren't operating on pure vibes. Let's kick it off. Arguably the biggest insult in digital history. Behold, a young Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United. Look at those, look at the hair, look at those frosted noodles. But more importantly, look at the rating, 64 bronze. One of the greatest players to ever lace up a pair of boots, start his Ultimate Team concept history as a common bronze card. 55 shooting, 37 physical. Oh dear, if you try to execute a step over this guy in an old school match, he'd probably trip over the ball or something and pull an hamstring. 5 Ballon d'Ors later, and EA is probably still trying to live this one down. Oh, the second one. Speaking of cyborg strikers, let's travel back in time to FIFA 18 and look at this Nordic meat shield himself, Erling Haaland. Here he is playing for Molde. He was slapped with a 58 rated bronze card. And looked like an innocent schoolboy, doesn't he, who just got lost on his way to a Minecraft convention. Not a terrifying goal machine who would terrorise Premier League and European defenders for breakfast. 57 shooting and 62 physical. This card could outmuscle a stiff breeze, let alone a centre-back. Fast forward to today when he's practically a cheat code. Well, talk about a glow-up. Number 3. Jude Bellingham. Before he was a poster boy of modern football and boss in the Real Madrid midfield, Jude Bellingham was just a humble 69 rated silver item in FIFA 21. Freshly arrived at Borussia Dortmund, EA decided his output warranted 65 shooting and 64 passing. He literally had the most generic mid-tier silver card stats you've ever seen in your life, and he looks like he's just staring into the camera wondering why his shooting stat is lower than his defending. This is probably my favourite. And if you think Bellingham was disrespected, check out Kylian Mbappe back in FIFA 17. Except EA didn't even use his actual name. They called him Lotin. He was a 71 rated non-rare silver left winger for Monaco. 64 shooting. Can you imagine a world where Mbappe has 64 shooting? If you bore down and go with this card, you're more likely to hit the corner flag, I think, than the back of the net. The 39 defending is fair enough, but 62 physical? He looks completely unamused by his own card, and honestly, can you blame him? Next one. Silver striker that keeps on rolling. Here's Robert Lewandowski, back when he was banging them in for Lech Poznan. EA handed him a 71 rated silver card with a whopping 66 shooting and a truly miserable 50 passing. 50! If you press the pass button with this card, the ball was going anywhere but your teammate. It's hard to believe this exact item would go on to the man who scored 5 goals in 9 minutes against Wolfsburg. Next is an 18-year-old Neymar Jr. from FIFA 10 playing for Santos. He's a 73 rated left forward rocking the iconic gravity-defying mohawk. Now, 81 pace and 82 dribbling are actually pretty respectable for a teenager, but look at that 50 physical, 50! Back then, if a defender so much looked at Neymar in threatening manner, he'd fly off the screen. He went on to command the most expensive transfer fee in football history, but back here he was a just silver card who you use for vibes. Number 7, bringing it right up to the modern day, is our teenager Lamine Yamal. Because EA has an age limit for Ultimate Team, and Yamal couldn't appear until he turned 17, meaning completely skipped the bronze and silver humiliation. Here he's debuting as a 77 rated gold card with 83 pace and 84 dribbling. That's actually a phenomenal starter card until you consider he was actually already starting for Barcelona and winning the Euros in real life. So a 74 shooting stat feels like EA scouts were just trying to keep him humble. Now, an absolute legend of the game. Let's go way back into the retro archives for Luka Modric at Tottenham. didn't get a bad rating. He was very respectable, 82 overall cam. But look at the picture. He looks like he's just stepped out of a 90s Indies rock band, sporting some truly majestic, unkempt long hair, and the Ballon d'Or winner and a classic retro card layout. You'll love to see it. Now, we've got to finish with what most people refer to as the GOAT. Lionel Messi. His early career and his mode database entry was brought to life. A 78 rated right winger with a glorious flowing mullet. 73 shooting and 51 physical. Back then, EA knew he could dribble, giving him an 88, but clearly thought, yeah, he's decent, but let's see if he can do it on a cold Tuesday night in Stoke. Well, he's actually never played in a cold Tuesday night at Stoke, but it's just the same we have in the UK. 8 Ballon d'Ors later, the 78 rating looks like an absolute comedy sketch. So, which of these first cards do you think the biggest crime was, really, by EA? Was it Ronaldo being a 64 bronze, or Mbappe being called Lottin with a 64 shooting? Let me know in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for more retro football gaming nostalgia, and I'll see you on the next one.